I forgot to tell you, my friend Dave got his ID stolen last night. No, I just call him Dave.
You said David. You said Dave though, so you didn't the ID.
He got his ID stolen.
Right, but you didn't say David.
You
just
did.
said David.
It up.
How'd I f it up? My friend David got his ID
That's
stolen.
not what you said.
Let's rewind this. Go back.
If you
go
have
back.
that on
go back.
camera.
Light Talk today, Rob and Chris, coming at you today with something a little bit different. This is going to be more educational. There's a misconception a lot of times with potentially a light not working, so we want to show you some troubleshooting tips to explain reasons why a fixture may not be working.
Yeah, so here we have two examples that actually did come back from the customer, and that was the situation. So the customer says light isn't working at all. First of all, for one of our lights to just fail and not do any color, not do anything is, I think we've seen it a couple times,
Sure.
but it's extremely, extremely rare.
Yep.
So while we were talking to them on the support call, you know, that was kind of our diagnosis. They wanted us to send replacements anyway. They thought that was the problem, so we did and got these back. So when we got them back, we tested them and they didn't work. But they do work, and let me show you the situation. So we're just going to plug these into the transformer here. Now, when we plug them in, the light should come on, and it clearly does not, which is why the customer thinks it doesn't work. So what that means is that either it did fail or the light has no power. And after we look at the wires more closely, but you can see that one of the internal insulators on one of these wires, on the red wire on this one,
Oh yeah, it's been nicked.
was nicked,
Yep.
and the wire is corroded inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the wire, and one of the things that you can do to test this in the field is that you can disconnect the wire from the actual trunk line or wherever it's located, plug it right into our transformer just like I did, and the light should come on. Now, the fact that the light didn't come on either means there's something wrong inside, or there's a problem between here and there, which in this case is exactly the situation. So I'm just going to strip the wire back. You can see the corrosion still there.
Yeah, flakes right off.
So even though I cut it back, the corrosion is still there, but I suspect now that I've cut it back enough, even though there's some corrosion there left, that now this light will work.
Yep.
And so the situation of a corroded wire, just because when they stripped the outer jacket back of this core light, got nicked and it sliced the outer jacket of here, which causes a corroded wire, which causes the problem. So that caused the light not to get power. This is the same situation, same deal. In this case, it's a little more obvious that the internal jacket was cut and nicked. Same situation. So I will plug this in now, and this light will also not come on. So it does not come on, and I will undo that. I will cut the wire back to get it before the problem, and strip it back. You can see the powder even there from the corrosion, and then I'll plug it back in and the light will work.
We'll cut that part of the video out. There we go.
So in that case, what I actually had to do, Evan probably sped that up a little bit, but what I had to do is I actually had to cut it back farther. So there must have been a problem, a nick that, oh, there it is. Right
Yeah,
there.
another
Look
one
at
right
that.
there. Yeah.
Where they cut into the outer jacket here, it nicked the wire there. So even though when I stripped it back the first time, it didn't work, it was because the corrosion, that's bad.
Yeah.
It was because the corrosion was below where I cut. So when I cut it back a little bit more, the light came right on.
And it doesn't take long at all for corrosion to set in.
Now it's weird. So water makes it worse for sure. Wet areas make it worse. I've seen it happen in a week. I've seen it happen over a year.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the situation and the environment, the soil type, and there's lots of variables that come into play there. In any case, one of the first tests that you want to do if a light is not working is generally take it out, plug it right in the transformer, see if it comes on. In this case, look for damage in the wire between here and the light. It's very rare for the light not to do anything.
Yep.
There are fuses in every light. We have seen it. I've seen it maybe 2 or 3 times in our history where the fuse is blown. That's just a protection device that if something catastrophic happens inside, the fuse will blow just for protection. You can't replace it. But that's the scenario where that the light won't work on any color. But I've only seen that a couple times in our history. So very, very rare, extreme rare. This is the much more common case.
Yep, absolutely. Hope this has been educational. As always, we're trying to improve the experience for the end user and for the installer even at times. So, guys,
as always, if you run into situations like this, need some help, give us a call.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for, and we're happy to help.
Thanks for watching.
You ever shot archery blindfolded?
Mm-mm.
You don't know what you're missing. Come on!
I mean, these are bad.
That
These
was
are
a
bad.
good one.
These are bad.
Did you see that?
What's that from?
That oh my garbage can incident.
Oh.
I'm just the color. You're the play-by-play guy.
Hmm.
Or the opposite. Is it the opposite?
I'm a Joe Buck. You're Troy Aikman.
I'm more like John Madden. Boom!
Yeah.
Let's start over,
All right.
and then we can do one thing.
Should we tell a joke to start like completely the whole session
You got
over?
one?
I don't. Hey, my friend Dave.